Hello everyone, it's James from Keeping It Anime, and today we've got another chapter review of We Never Learn, chapter 99. So quick question before we start the review. Isn't Koinami-sensei the best character in the series of We Never Learn? Personally speaking, I would say yes to that question. But hey, let me know your thoughts down below on that. But anyway, chapter 99. This is a Koinami based chapter and it's just brilliant. It's full of comedy from start to finish. So we start the chapter off with Yuiga carrying on working. And we see him not break, but kind of collapse almost from lack of sleep. Not quite sure what the word would be, but yeah, he's sleep deprived. And it's not surprising considering everything that he's doing. So we go back to the Koinami clinic and we have some great interactions between Yuiga, Koinami and her father. So he's been forced to stay at the clinic overnight, which he argues, but hey, would you really want to argue that? And, you know, his imagination's running wild. But that's probably the fact that he's tired, and he explains that really. But then we get a really nice comedic scene where there's a lot of teasing involved between Koinami and Yuiga. And then the MVP of the chapter, her father, appears just standing in a doorway while all this sort of stuff is going on. I won't say what it is, but if you see in the thumbnail, you'll know what I mean. Now, this chapter was very comedic heavy, and it always is whenever it's got these characters involved. But what this chapter did do brilliantly, and that is deliver a great message. And that message was, if you want to make a guy blush, put on a nurse's outfit. Wait, what? I mean, no. If you want to achieve your dreams, always make sure you're in the best position mentally and physically, and don't overwork yourself or stretch yourself out too far. If you try and burn the candle at both ends, you're going to end up, you know, in a worse state than when you started. And this chapter actually does that very nicely, because Koinami basically states you can rely on other people and still achieve your goals at the end. And if your family, you know, finds out that you're doing all this just for them, they're not going to be too happy. So I thought that was really good for her character, even though it was slightly surprising coming from her, because we're always used to her being quite sort of teasing and not really manipulative, but just kind of, you know, pranksty. So a little bit of a change of character and change of sort of direction with that, but that was good. And like I said, her father was the MVP in this chapter, having some comedic lines and moments. So yeah, it was a very enjoyable chapter and I would 100% recommend it for anybody else. I personally found it was better than last week's chapter, but that's just personal preference. So we're going to go with that. And if the next chapter, which is chapter 100, is just as good or even better, then I recommend that would actually be a solid 100th chapter. And we know that the mangakas like to make the 100th chapter really special, and I can see it being it because it's a great series, and continuing onwards it can only get better, hopefully. But yeah, if I had to pick a favourite moment from this chapter, it would have to be the thumbnail of this video. It would have to be the fact that we see the father just standing in the doorway saying he's been there for a long time. It caught me a little bit off guard and it's just great. It gives his character more personality and just gives him a purpose really. We also find out he's quite kind in this chapter, which we did kind of know, but it's nice to reinforce it. But that's going to do it for this review. It's another fantastic chapter, and yes, I'm looking forward to the 100th chapter next week, but this chapter is nothing to snuff about. It's really good, and I would highly recommend it for you guys to watch it. Read it, sorry, if you haven't. Or I would recommend anyone who doesn't even know the series to just read it, because it will give you a good laugh. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you liked the video. Subscribe if you're new so you never miss a video from me. And until next time, my name's James Townsend, and I'll catch you then. Bye for now.